What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, you know recently I did a full lawn renovation where I dethatched, I core aerated, I overseeded, and I top dressed. And now I'm working on maintaining a healthy, crispy lawn, especially for my cool season grass here in Chicago. And today I want to talk about the above ground sprinkler system that I've been using and walk you through the pros and cons, especially if you did a lawn renovation like the one I did. Let's get into it. Number one, super easy to set up. My water timer has 4 different hose connections where each one of them go to a different zone, both in my front and my back. And the water timer is connected to a hose splitter where the other hose is my hand watering hose. And I use this to hand water any missed areas that my sprinklers don't get to it. And also for my plants, flowers, and whatnot. But this system is easy, just plug it in and go. You can set up the water timer to however you want, so I like that. Number 2, the water is easy on my new seedlings. Again, I did a lawn renovation not too long ago, and the spray pattern from my sprinklers evenly distribute the water, soft enough where it's not going to disturb the dirt, the soil, none of that. And this is crucial, especially during that early growth for the new seedlings. Okay, so the next reason why I went with an above ground sprinkler system is because it's way cheaper than an in-ground system. For that, you're going to spend thousands of dollars just installing it and not including any repairs and maintenance that you will need for an in-ground sprinkler system. Now, I'm not knocking anyone that has one, but I'm not going to spend that much money, at least not now. I'm already spending money on the seeds that I buy, the soil, and all the other equipment that I use for my lawn. So for now, the above ground sprinkler system works for me. Maybe in the future, I will invest in one, but for now, I will stick to mine. Number 4, easy to move around. I like that I can pick up a sprinkler and move it 2 feet to the left, 2 feet to the right to make sure that the sprinkler can cover the areas that are not receiving enough water. And also I can add or remove any hose connections to each sprinkler. So I like that flexibility. Lastly, number 5, it's perfect for a temporary setup. If you're a beginner to the lawn game like myself, having the flexibility of a sprinkler system is clutch. Maybe once my lawn is fully established, I might go into an in-ground system. Or not. I do like the fact that I won't be spending all this money on it, on an in-ground system, so. But I think the flexibility by itself is the perfect temporary setup. Okay, but is it perfect? Definitely not. I have hoses that wrap around my entire house and that go out to the front. I do my best to try to hide them using my garden bed in the front, but in the backyard, there's no way I'm going to be hiding all those hoses. They are going to stick out, but that's the point of an above ground sprinkler system. And as long as you get the water coverage you need from these sprinklers, then that's the main point. There are some manual adjustments that you have to do. For example, you do have to move your sprinkler heads from time to time. It's not like you can just set it up and leave it. I wish that was the case, but it's not. There are times where you have to pick up the sprinkler and move it. The sprinkler head might get dirt inside of it where it messes up and gets stuck at times. So that part of the manual process is annoying. An above ground sprinkler system will not stand a chance against the wind. On breezy days or on windy days, the water will drift and some spots will not get fully covered. So I've had to tweak and adjust my water timer to cover some of those dry areas or hand water those areas. But again, I think this goes back to when and how you water your lawn. I will do a separate video on that. It's very important to water the lawn earlier in the mornings because wind tends to pick up and get stronger throughout the day. It's not an ideal long-term solution for bigger lawns, but for me, my lawn isn't all that big, so my above ground sprinkler system works just fine. It's not perfect, it sticks out, but it does its job and covers all my zones in my lawn, with the exceptions of a few parts where I don't mind doing the manual hand watering, even though it's a little bit annoying, but I save so much time by not having to water the entire lawn. Okay, if you want to set up your own above ground sprinkler system, here are some tips that worked for me. Use a hose splitter. As you saw in the video, I had one hose that is used for hand watering anything. Maybe I missed some areas where the sprinklers didn't reach, or to hand water any plants, flowers, or anything. Maybe you want to wash your car, so you want to have that flexibility, not just have a water timer on your main hose connection. Also, you want to invest in a reliable mechanical timer. The one I have isn't really too fancy. I can't connect to my phone and time it through there. I do have to manually set it, but it works. I haven't had any issues, so don't cheap out on one. You want to make sure that your sprinkler spray pattern is gentle, especially if you just seeded. You don't want to use the harshest setting on your spraying pattern. Wait until your lawn is established. And also, like I mentioned earlier in the video, don't have your sprinklers set up too late in the day where wind could be a factor. You want to water your lawn early in the morning to avoid the high-speed winds. I live in Chicago, so after 7 a.m., forget about it. The winds already took over, so water early in the day. Remember, the key is consistency, and an above-ground sprinkler system does just that. If you're hands-on, this is an easy DIY project because once you set it up, you are good to go. So overall, for a freshly renovated lawn like mine, an above ground sprinkler system is a really solid choice for either a short-term or a long-term solution. The pros definitely outweigh the cons. It's not perfect. As you can see, there are some areas in my zones that the sprinkler, the water does not reach there. So I do have to go back and hand water those areas. But for the most part, my lawn here does get full coverage. The pros definitely outweigh the con when it comes to flexibility and affordability. Maybe in the future, I will invest in an in-ground system, but for now, this will do. I am a little jealous for people who do have in-ground sprinkler system, but again, the goal is to maintain a healthy and crispy lawn. But if you guys are using an above ground sprinkler system, let me know in the comments. I want to see how it's working out for you guys. And with all that being said, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Peace.